can I move the sun? Did I just say, can I move the sun? I definitely don't want to move the sun, but I made a gigantic mistake and I'm kind of annoyed right now. I hit record and I recorded an entire session. I went to pull it into the editing software to start editing a video. And I realized that it picked up the wrong microphone, and the microphone that it was picking up was completely muted the entire time. So it's just an hour footage of me doing stuff for the save and actually not being heard. So we're going to record the part after that. But I guess briefly we'll go over what I did, I guess in between episodes now at this point. And I'm going to catch you up to everything I did because it's pretty significant work, and I think you're going to like it. So thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Caesar. Welcome back to Cities, Skylines, White Pine County. I hope you'll consider subscribing. It helps out a ton. Hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know how your day's going. Helps the channel with engagement, and YouTube loves engagement. So let's get started. Obviously, the last time you saw is we had this beginning of downtown, and it looks fantastic. I went ahead and changed up the buildings on the rear side, made them a little bit taller just so they kind of blend in with the area. Changed these to higher density buildings to kind of extend the density at least a couple more blocks. I also upgraded the roads in between to make sure traffic can flow a lot nicer, which it's been helping a lot. You can also tell a lot of our traffic has died down, and I'll explain why that is. We also added a bit of a water park over here, a couple of commercial lots on this side, right? And we have a nice water park here, which I was wondering why it was completely dead, but it makes sense because, well, it's the middle of winter and no one's gonna go to a water park in the middle of winter. Next, I went and realized that our education was abysmal. If we look at our education tab, it's a little bit better now, but before we only had about 1,200 seats in each of the school sections. So I went ahead and added a new high school, new elementary school, added a couple parking lots in between, making sure everything looks nice. And I went through and added all of our decorative trees as we usually do to make everything seem super nice. I think this area kind of works for it because this side of it will be the lower density kind of housing. So these lower density schools being over here kind of makes sense. And I kind of like the vibe of it, of an elementary school being kind of next to the downtown like that. I think it looks really cool. And that's kind of why I did that. Next up, we have our communication antenna next to our new bus stop here. Communications was pretty bad, like our internet access was pretty bad, our telecom services. This was all in the orange, so I added a second big tower and it fixed all of our issues. And now we're not having any problems. They got rid of any of negative attributes. I think high taxes. Where are we having high taxes? Aren't taxes super low? Who's complaining about high taxes? Is it these guys? Could be those guys. Super, now we're losing money, so I don't really want to lower taxes too much. The economy's still in a weird spot, if I'm being honest. We're making improvements. Anyways, bus station here has 3 different bus routes. Our initial bus route was pretty much extended over here to include the bus station to make sure there's a connection here so people can hit that place up and switch buses, go wherever they want to go. Added a secondary stop here. Our green route goes into this residential zone, hits the education area, and oh, it was supposed to hit this neighborhood, but I guess it didn't do that. But yeah, that's all connected there, nice and easy. Next thing I did was add a coal mine, which, because if we look at our production, our coal was in a major deficit, but now we're in a major surplus, which should help our economy long term balance out. You can see we're already making more money after things are balancing out a bit, and hopefully that'll keep uptrending a little bit and keep us in a better spot. But now any local company that needs coal will simply buy coal from a local company, and it's going to be cheaper. So that'll be very good for our economy. Next thing we did, we went around and added little bushes around all of our farms to make sure we kept up with the original theme of our original farm as we did over here. I completely stopped doing it after this area, and I don't know why. So I felt kind of weird about it. So I went ahead and added trees all around these areas to make it fit our vibe that we were going for of taking our time, adding decorations, and making everything more attractive as we go. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal. I went ahead and added some of this artificial grass here. It got rid of all the snow, which I kind of like, and it adds that cool, like, just got mowed pattern. And I really like it. Same pattern that I kind of like on some of these houses. Which then I talked about, I wish there was snow on some of these like yards and things like that, because there's really no snow when it comes to people's yards because of how the game works, things like that. So that's one of those things. Next thing I did was fixed a little bit of the terrain over here. There was some kind of lumpy areas, and I fixed some of the decorations. I don't know why there's so many dead trees. I think it's because we're in winter, so I guess that kind of makes sense. I also went ahead and updated this road. If you remember, this road was all sorts of twisty, turny for no reason. Went ahead and just put it into like 1 or 2 curves, fixed the rest of it to be completely straight, and it fixed all that traffic area, and it just looks a lot nicer. Obviously, when we got more bus stops, we added more buses in our area. So I went ahead and upgraded our bus station, our bus depot, excuse me. We have 55 buses, which technically this one's a little bit extra, so we can turn this one off for now. Save all that money that we were wasting on there, and that'll be just fine. We're still wasting a lot of money on there, huh? We're gonna go ahead and delete this one because we don't need it. And if we look at here, we're not even using all the buses still, but that'll save us a bunch of money every single month. Look, our economy already rebounded a little bit better with that. Next thing I did was add a little bit of offices in this area because it kind of made sense and it just kind of worked. So let's add those back in. I also went ahead and moved our recycling center over here, extended this to up our processing rates because this thing was getting full. But now if you look at it, we're not full at all because we're processing faster than what's coming in. I also go ahead and went and updated our garage capacity for these vehicles. Instead of 15 vehicles, we now have 25, which helped fix all of our trash issues that we were experiencing in these areas. I'm trying to think of what else I did. I think that's about it. Lots of cool changes. Oh, obviously with the water park, I added some pathing, added some more trees, decorations, things like that, bring that area together. And I also started preparing some infrastructure over here with this bus station here to get ready for our next expansion, which wasn't supposed to be until next episode, but I guess we're doing this a day early because I recorded an entire episode. So I guess that's going to happen. And I also went ahead and unlocked, was it trains? No, I mean, I did unlock that, but I unlocked trams and subways because I want to start looking at trams. Even if we get like one route going through this main road, I think it would look pretty cool just to have that tram going, providing an extra route of transportation. And I think it'll just be fantastic. Traffic seems to have calmed itself down for the most part. Obviously, there's a traffic jam here because there's a car accident here, but once it clears up, it should clear itself up pretty nicely. And most of the traffic we were experiencing is gone, except for during our peak hours, like pretty much like 5 p.m. in game time. There tends to be a bit more traffic because it's rush hour and things like that, and it tends to be a lot more crowded. But for the most part, traffic is controlled. All right, I guess we can get started on to what we're actually going to do today. And we obviously there's always more beautification we can do, but I think I've caught up with most of it, making everything a bit more attractive. And I'm kind of okay with how our city's looking right now. If you see any weird spots, let me know. We can always come back and upgrade some spots, make things look a little bit nicer and neater. And there's never anything wrong we can do with that, for sure. What do we have here, actually? We have our city hall. Import costs, things like that. That could be nice. I don't know if I want it. It would be nice to get our central bank in here. I think it's $2.5 million though, and we we don't have enough money for that, so we're not going to do that. But I think we should get another welfare office though, because I feel like it helps prevent crime by helping the less fortunate, and I think that's a fantastic move. We already have a bit of government buildings over here because of our school, so I think we're going to squeeze it in here and call that a fantastic place for it. Bam. This will fill in a bit nicer as we get more roads and things like that, but that'll be fine. I also want to start looking at our own electricity production, which would be fantastic. And I want to get our geothermal plant. Obviously, we don't have it unlocked yet, but we could easily go in here, get it unlocked, no problem. But if we get our, where's the geothermals over here? If we get the geothermal, this thing just produces a lot of power and you actually make a profit if you're producing more than you need. Right now, we're consuming 100 megawatts of power. And this thing produces 150, I'm pretty sure, maximum. Where is it? 150 if you find a good water source, which we have a bunch of water sources all over the area. So it'd be super easy to provide enough electricity to this entire area and make a profit. But it costs $750,000 and I kind of need money for other projects that I want to work on today. So we're not going to do that, but it's definitely something we can work on as we go. How is our water and power consumption? Yeah, we're definitely... How much are we spending on that stuff? If we look at our services, water's obviously making a profit because, well, is that all we're importing? It's only $30,000. I thought we'd be importing more, if I'm being honest. Um, am I blind? Are we producing water on our own somewhere? It's a decent chance we are. I don't think we are. I don't think I ever did that. I guess it could be a good thing to do though. Get some water pumping going. Probably kill some of the costs we have going on right now. We have water coming into the area from here. So right here would actually not be a bad area. It's a very kind of off the track type of area, and I think that'd be good for this kind of thing. So if you get a water pumping station here, I think it'd be great. We could even put it like, no, we won't do that. We'll put it here, and then all we have to do is connect this water pipe to here. That'll get rid of that issue. And then we got to get electricity by plugging in this road here. We've got a simple curve tool like that. Connect that up. There we go. This should suffice it. This should fix itself. Maybe not. Can we... Oh, I did not mean to delete that. That's a bad idea. You lose your money if you do that. You don't really get all your money back, which is not good. I'm going to go ahead and just place this on the road and see if that just connects it on its own. There we go. We have water being produced now, which means we're not importing as much water anymore, which I think is going to be a good thing. Consuming. Wow, we need more water. That's insane. That's insane how much water we're using. Got another one of those up there. And just like that, now we're at a surplus with water, which is fantastic. Which means we're not exporting any more water in. I don't know what's cheaper or not, though, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's cheaper to import your own water or to... I don't know. Because right here, $6,000 in fees, maintenance and resources makes sense. Our import should go all the way down, though. But we're still importing because of sewage, right? So if we get our own sewage going, too, maybe a lot of this cost will go down as well. We got a sewage outlet. We just go to like the end of where everything leaves the city. This would be kind of insanely far to go, if I'm being honest, though. This water comes through here. And it all heads out of sea through here. No, it doesn't. This water comes up. But then this water comes down. Is there nowhere where the water leaves? Is that really what I'm looking at? We might have to get a inland water treatment facility. Do we even have that available to us? Yeah, water treatment plant. And maybe that'll work for us. How much is this thing? $400,000. It's kind of insane. I say we don't do that for now. Just because I need money come into our pockets right now, and right now we're not making much at all. So that's okay. All right, we're gonna start expanding our next suburbs, and that's something I wanted to do for a while, and I think this will really help it. I want to be kind of careful so we don't destroy traffic in this area as we do this, because there's a decent chance we're going to, because of well, this game's kind of a pain. We're gonna grab our large road. We're gonna get our 6-lane road here to continue this section here. Connect it to there and just bring this road up. And now we can use this road as our main road through this area to kind of make this work. So I want to go ahead and upgrade this road to a 6-lane road. Can we do that without destroying things too badly here? That's not bad. I like that. All right. Next thing we're going to do is grab our complex road curve tool. And we're going to just bring this road out. Honestly, I want to keep this as straight as possible. So how can we do that? Maybe something like this to keep as much of that straight as possible, and then connect this up over here. Maybe something like this works a little better. There we go. Keeps that nicer curve there. We can bring this road straight up from here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let's go ahead and bring this back a little bit. Get out of the underground view. Go back into here, grab our simple curve tool, and unpause that. Now, how do we get this to 90 degrees? That's not even 90 degrees. There we go. That looks pretty great, actually. I'm hoping we just don't get an insane amount of traffic heading in this area. Well, everybody's just parked. We don't have enough parking in this city. That's a big thing that I'm noticing is people are just parking everywhere. Let's get another large parking lot here. And where can we provide more parking? I feel like in front of this cargo place kind of makes sense. It's got a giant parking lot there. And hopefully we'll get a lot of this traffic off of these main roads. Yeah, we still have a lot of traffic here. But it's because we just don't have places to park and people are just driving around looking for places to park. I think having these parking lots would kind of make more sense. There we go. We're getting out and they're walking. That feels a lot better. All right. Now, we're going to keep it kind of basic over here. There's no reason to go super extreme. And we're going to go with... Well, we got to turn on our topography lines. It's kind of our limit there. So let's keep our straight tools here. Something like this. Just drag this up all the way to there. Then make a simple connection here. There we go. That's fine with me. We'll do the same thing on this side. I think it was a 2 gap. Is that what I did over here? I did do that. Okay. Go to there. Go to here. That's fine. And then we'll split this in half. Which would be 448, so 224. Something like here. Would be about half. And then we can start zoning out the rest of the small spots that kind of exist in this area to make it feel a little bit more full. I think if we use this road here, something like this, then can we grab this curve tool and then just drag? Okay, how can we do this? Bring this up slightly, maybe. Maybe this will make a little bit more sense. Got a simple curve going. There we go. And then we'll just build everything on this side. Don't build anything on that mountain because it doesn't make sense to build on a mountain. And I think this will be a good start to kind of our lower residential in this area. So we're gonna go ahead and zone that out just to kind of see what we have so far. And then we'll take inventory of that before we do anything else. But I think something like this. This bus station's gonna make some noise. I'm gonna keep people away from that area, because we know how people complain about noise all the time. How does this look? This might be a little bit too extreme. Yeah. Okay. We'll push this mountain back a little bit, which sounds completely insane coming out of my mouth. But, oh, not that. A little more. Definitely not enough push back here. Smooth that out again. Push it back, push it back, push it back. And grab a soften tool. Soften that up a little bit. And there we go. Got to push this side of it too. To make sure that's not too much on that house there. Smoothing that out. Feels a lot better. And we still keep our mountain without making it too... without manipulating it too much, I think. I think that just looks fantastic. Now, what I'm going to do next is start kind of maneuvering a road into this area here to fill in this area here with some housing too. I think if we go with a continuous tool, it kind of makes a little bit of sense. Maybe not. We'll go with a simple curve maybe. And we'll pull this up to about here, and then we'll make that connection. And then we're going to cul-de-sac this. Cul-de-sac here. Cul-de-sac there. Boom and boom. And now we can start zoning this area pretty slowly. We don't have to do anything insane here. Oh, probably should have done a little bit bigger there. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Level up to level 11. Unlock some new stuff probably. Just more loan limits. I think we're done unlocking stuff. Yeah, we unlocked everything already. Now we're just earning points to unlock everything else, and that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and just zone this out. Probably should have done that a little bit different. Leave room for a secondary house there. That works. Now, the reason I'm doing these slightly bigger houses is because we're having a bit of a complaint about small homes, and having more like single family homes really fixes that, because these are very spacious homes and they don't have to share. So if we can get a bunch of like zones with like these smaller houses, with these like lower density houses, it'll help a lot with that problem. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the zoning on this main street because we don't need that. Something like this. Move that completely away from this main street, just to make sure we get all of our zoning away. That's probably enough. There we go. And then we can just continue zoning this area, fill this rest of this area in, and that'll be good to go. Probably it's a bit too close to that roundabout for my liking. It's gonna cause more issues if we leave that. And I don't want to cause more issues because of weird ambitions. So we're not going to. We're gonna go ahead and grab this tool here, though. Our Mark A tool. Is that what it's called in here? Yeah, our Mark A tool, Marquee tool, however you pronounce it. And we unlocked a film actor mansion, which is fantastic. I love these unique buildings. Fit there nicely. I want to get it kind of on the mountainside. We'll go with that, and we'll make it fit a little bit better. With, well, you already know how we're going to make this fit better. Gonna throw in a little park. We'll get this tiny... We'll get this plaza. I feel like that plaza looks a little bit nicer than a regular park. We're going to zone this in like this. Bam. Our film star sponsored a park for our city, so our citizens can have somewhere nice to go to. And that's the backstory of this. Nothing crazy. Just your typical millionaire philanthropy stuff, trying to seem like they belong with the group of people, even though they're like filthy rich. I don't even know what I'm saying. All right, let's go ahead and finish these trees up here. Shouldn't be too hard of a project at all. You can see we're already done, and it brings the area a little bit more together, and I think that looks really nice. There we go. Now, is our complaint there still for small homes? It's lower than the noise pollution now, which means it went down slightly, which means we made an improvement, which is a plus. And these smaller residential zones don't really have a lot of traffic because they, well, it's just smaller residential zones, so they're not going to have a lot of traffic. I'm going to squeeze in some shops here, and I think that's fine because now they'll have a place to shop without having to drive across the entire planet, and I think that's fine. I think that's more than okay. We could probably also squeeze in some smaller residential shops on this side. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we should do some like higher density stuff here at least. Something like this. I think that'll be fine. And we can do a little bit of the same thing over here. We're doing high density there. We'll do low density here. Fill in this area with a little bit more stores. That way these places have some places to shop and won't have to go super far. And that'll be fantastic. It'll solve any issues that they may have. Transportation, they can walk over to the bus station right here. There's no reason to extend the bus stops here yet. We'll probably get a loop going in through here eventually. But for now, we're not going to. It's just, I don't really see the need for it. There's not really much of super high density that would be demanding that, so we're not going to do it. Okay, next we're going to start grabbing our infrastructure that exists now and start really filling this area in a lot better. And we're going to do that by just making this connection here. If it'll allow me, we'll get anarchy, because there's no reason for that road to not fit there. And then we'll grab another road, probably from here. Something like that. And then my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world, you guys know this by now, is create just random cul-de-sacs everywhere, because I like how they look. There we go. Super easy to make a cul-de-sac now, and I love it. I'm so glad they implemented this into the game without me having to use like weird jank stuff to make it happen. This feels a lot nicer. There we go. Super simple. No reason to overcomplicate this. We're gonna go ahead and just zone this entire area to there. Get that zoned in too. Pull that zoning out from here. Pull that zoning out. And we'll just go ahead and zone all of this as well. A little bit of hilliness here. I wonder how these houses will look though after I zone them in. I'm curious. If they destroy the hill too much or look a little too jank, we'll pull them out. But I want to see how it develops first before I make that judgment. There we go. I'm enjoying this a lot. If I'm being honest, I really am enjoying this. Get a store in here. And just like that, some more homes in here. We already have homes on this main street. There's no reason not to squeeze those in. That'll be fine. Let's squeeze that in before I do that. Get rid of these homes. Let them fill in a little bit nicer. See how they look. Let's look at that building in there. I don't like that weird peak in there. So we're going to go ahead and back this up, back that up, and then we're going to go into our terrain forming tool, get this as our height, push that back a little bit, nothing crazy, something like that. Now we're going to rezone this. Oh, they're already zoned, and that'll look a lot nicer when those houses form without looking like a weird deformed area. And we'll smoothen this area out again with our smooth tool. It'll look fantastic. There we go. We're still in the winter, which is kind of crazy. We've been in winter for, it was like forever now. I'm really enjoying how this area is developing because you're not going to see insane amount of traffic because it's a lower residential area, and I really like how this looks. I'm going to go ahead and just zone this rest of this area up here, probably all the way up until this loop here, and that'll be all that I do there. In this bus station here is probably going to cause me issues with people complaining about noise even more, and we're already having that complaint. So we're going to back those houses up, and we can just do some simple commercial here, and I think that'll be fine. We can also do some offices across the street. I feel like that worked too for the area. There we go. We can even squeeze in a couple of commercial lots in between. I think that'll look really good. There we have it. Next thing I want to look at is our mail service. Looks like everything's covered up. I'm going to go ahead and put a mailbox right there just to provide a little bit of extra coverage, and I feel like it kind of makes sense for this area. I want to be okay with this. How is this doing? Are you able to keep up? Yeah, still have plenty of trucks left. Everything's like that. It's perfectly fine. No reason to even process more than that. That'll be fine. But I'm really liking how this area is filling up. I was kind of 50-50 about it at first, but now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of really nice. And I'm happy I'm doing this. We can use bus station as a barrier. That'll be fine to fill in this area a little bit nicer. I really like these suburbs. What the heck was that? Just gonna assume it was a bug. I don't know what that was. Now, I want to flatten a lot of this land back here because I'll explain as I go. I want to end our main downtown area a little bit into this area, right? Nothing too crazy going into here, but I want to leave room for some extra apartment buildings as we go into this area. And it's going to bring more density to this area, but I think it's going to be something that kind of benefits the city with increased population. We're at 30,000 people now, which is pretty insane. We're also making $16,000. And a lot of that is coming in from the extra citizens that we have living here now. People living here more is causing an extra increase in tax revenue, which is fantastic. Super great to see. But it's something we got to be mindful of as we go, because it just creates more problems with like city services and things like that. If we look at our education, we're still missing an elementary school. So I'd love to get an elementary school put in this area, and I think that would just look fine. If we get like one of these smaller elementary schools, squeeze it in right there. I wish that would fit a little bit better. We move this. Something like that. There we go. But this also provides more education for everybody in this area, and of course everybody else in the city, because right now there's a major need for schools. As you can tell, this thing is maxed out completely. So I think having a school here kind of works, and it benefits this area completely, and I think that's just really good to go. Small homes is becoming less of a problem. Still at the very bottom is a -1, so I want to get rid of that completely. It's just going to take a while for us to get there because of how everything is going so far. So these bigger buildings, I don't know how I feel about them. I'm going to leave them for now. But our next section here going back is going to be like the medium density apartments and row homes. I feel like that makes more sense for this area. Why is that developing like a bridge? Oh, I see. Because the way I just terraformed everything, I destroyed everything. All right, let's go and back this up. Smoothen everything out. There we go. Smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out. It'll seem less weird, more like it belongs, which is really good. We'll bring this road from here to here. Okay, what's up with this giant like ramp looking thing going here? I want to get rid of that. Smoothing that out as best as I can. There we go. Okay. Maybe that'll look a little bit more natural. Yeah, that's only 0.4%. I'll take 0.4% over whatever was there. I say we leave enough for the full zoning amount. So we go with something like this. Why isn't this connecting? See, I'm okay with whatever's going on here, though. Can we connect that up? Now let's look at all of this real quick. Like, why did this form like that? What is this? I have no idea what that is. What in the world is going on here? I have no idea what's going on here. Is this going to be good now? Okay, that's fixed now. Is this connection going to work now? Road connection works now, but let's downgrade this to the 4-lane. There we go. That'll work a bit nicer. And I want to squeeze in a parking lot like we do with everything else. Ooh, this massive parking lot kind of looks cool. Can we afford this? Probably. I like that building. On its own, it doesn't make sense. We're going to wrap some buildings around this thing and it'll feel a little bit nicer. Let's fix this terrain a little bit. There we go. Soften that up. It'll be fantastic. But I want to start squeezing in some apartment buildings, things like that in this area. So something like this. And then I want to squeeze in a bunch of row homes here, finishing off that higher density housing, leading into our low residential zoning, and that'll be fantastic. Population is going to increase a crap ton again because of these buildings, but it's fine. It'll work itself out. And if it doesn't, we'll keep playing with it until it does, right? It's kind of how we do things. I'm going to get a bit of a high density housing business there, and then we'll get a low density shops here. And let's delete that. There we go. Delete that path there. That'll be good to go. Is this being utilized? There's already 45 people in here with cars still going in there, which is really great. But I do want to wrap a road around here. So we're going to grab a road and just our straight tool. Get rid of anarchy as much as we can. Take it to here. Wrap it around. Oh, maybe not like that. There we go. And around here, I'm gonna squeeze in some offices. There we go. I never have a demand for offices. I wonder lower taxes on offices a little bit, maybe. Now we'll keep it 10%. That'll be fine. And we'll go over one more block. We got to be careful with our terrain here. We're going to back that up a little bit. I'm going to go into our level tool, level this entire area out. Just make sure that's nice and smooth. And then connect this road up. Should be a little bit nicer to work with this time. There we go. And with the rest of the area, I'm going to squeeze in some lower density commercial. From there, that'll be fine. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and push our terrain back just a little bit more that way. And then we'll smooth out the back end, make it all feel a little bit more like it belongs and less lumpy. I guess is a good terminology for that. And because there's a lot of commercial, again, want to get a nice parking lot in here, make sure there's enough parking for everybody, making sure we can avoid as much of this traffic problems as we can. I think a nice medium parking lot works. We can also grow into our parks. We can go into our small parks, and we can go look at one of these. Which one was it? This one? No, but it works right. I think I'll go with it there. Grab some trees. There we go. A lot of these will grow and just feel a little bit nicer in this area. Yeah, lots of traffic in here because people are moving in. It's expected. We'll see if it fixes itself over time or if we'll have to mess with traffic a bit. I'm hoping it just kind of fixes itself, but we'll find out for sure. Can we upgrade this to a 6-lane? We can. Let's do that. Just so we can split up the traffic a little bit easier and hopefully handle that. Why is this not working why is that working like that? There we go. That was a weird connection. Probably build another connection in this area. I feel like that would make sense. Gonna go ahead and grab our 4-lane road, as we've been using this entire time, and simply make a simple connection here, just like that. I think it's a good move that we're making here, and I think it'll balance itself out in the future. Income is going up significantly, which is really, really good, because for a while we were losing money there again. Medical's becoming a problem because we only have one clinic here, and it's handling a large population, so I completely get why it's not keeping up. Which is weird, because we have only one dispatch in this entire area, and they're complaining, so I'm kind of sitting here like, why aren't we dispatching ambulances faster? You know? I could also start working on districts, start separating these two districts up so that our city services only support certain areas, and I feel like that would really fix a lot of this issue, but I can't be bothered to do that right now. How's our leisure going here? Do you have enough leisure in this area? We do. We don't really need leisure over there. We have nothing going on over here. Wow. No wonder everybody's so sad over here. Let's get them a small park. Bam. You guys are mad too? Bam. And bam. Everybody's gonna be happier now. Leisure. Did leisure points go up? I don't think so. We do have an abundance of leisure time +1, which is really good. And I think it's a lot of it is because we're not making everybody where is it? But there was a thing that you could like is it pollution management? Produces more garbage? Nah. Alright, that's fine. But we're moving in the right direction though, and I really like how the city's turning out. We still have a long ways to go and a lot of map to cover, so definitely a lot of cool stuff coming. I'm honestly thinking of what else I want to do. I don't really have anything planned for today. I'm kind of out of inspiration after recording for 3 hours. So I'm in a weird spot right now, but I definitely want to do something else. I just don't know what yet. What else can we unlock? We have 13 points. We have a $1.7 million, so there's definitely something we can do. We can start looking at an actual hospital. Get an incinerator. We can get a college. Let's get a college. Where can we put our college? I know where we're putting our college. I think we'll place the building first, then build the road around it. I think that'll be fine. This is the front. Which side's the front of the building? I assume it's this side right here. We'll angle this like this. Bam. Yeah, it's definitely the road there, which I kind of expected, so I'm not worried about it. We'll get our road. Get a little bit more. Then we'll angle this around this way. And we got to figure out how to get this back down to the road. And how we're going to do this is we're going to go our slope terrain tool. We'll grab this angle. Oh, let's do it the other way. Let's slope up to this. That'll be fine. And hope that this isn't too steep. What's this decline? What's this percentage here? Can't really tell. I think I'm gonna say I don't care though and just go with it. We'll connect it to the roundabout. Well, not to the roundabout, to there. And that'll be fine. Now we gotta smoothen out our terrain. It's gonna look really weird. We got our softening tool, soften that out a little bit. And we can soften out this cliff over here. Make it feel a little bit more natural, and that'll be fine. That's fantastic. Now, we obviously don't have any water or power in this area because we don't have any pipes that run in this area. But we actually have we have close connections here. We'll just do something like that. Same thing with power. We'll get our electrical cables there. Oh, this side here. Oh, let's go underground, actually. Let's connect to that. And we'll connect there. And now it'll have water and power without any problems. And now we also have a functioning college, which is actually really sick. What is this? A college library and extension wings. You got to have a college library, right? Have to. I feel like that one's a necessity. And I feel like some parking in this area would make sense too. I feel like colleges have big parking lots. But I honestly, this game, I don't really see the whole area being used, maybe? There's 200 college students already. There's actually a chance. How many people are eligible for college, actually? If we don't look at college, only 700 people. 2,000 are eligible for university, so we definitely got to get university at some point. Because the better educated people we have, the more taxes they'll be paying too. $31,000 an hour being profited right now, which is really insane. But it's a good kind of insane. So what can we do with this university to make it look a little bit more attractive? I think we'll get rid of this. All these trees around the building. And you know what we're going to do, right? You already know what we're going to do. There we go. Just a small amount of trees around the area. Just kind of look nice. I really enjoy that. Now, can we squeeze in a parking lot somewhere? And somewhere where it makes sense, obviously. A wide parking lot might make sense here. Bam, and then we can fix the terrain around it, no problem at all. And it'll be fine. So bring that up maybe as a little bit further than the edge. And then we can start smoothing it out a little bit. We'll make this tool a little bit smaller. And we'll smoothen that out a little bit there. There we go. A little bit towards the top just to make that smoother. That'll look a little bit better as a whole. There we go. I really enjoy how this looks. Really enjoy how this college looks. And as you saw, when we first started building this, there was no traffic, but traffic's starting to pull up as people are starting to show up to school. That's really exciting. I wish there was more buildings we could put in this area, if I'm being honest, like some dorms and things like that, like on its own. Like you didn't have to go in here to, you know what I mean? Like not putting down some regular residential, but some actual dorms and things like that. That'd be a cool expansion we could do. I could really build out this area, some more college buildings. So hopefully they have like a college expansion down the road that gives you more customizability. That'd be really nice. This is also like a community college though, so I guess can't expect too much from it. We're also going to name this to, we're also going to rename this to Brookfield College. Brookfield Community College. There we go. This is providing our third tier education to our citizens, which is actually fantastic because we didn't have anything past high school available here in our city at first. And I think providing that extra, well, that's one thing we don't have in our city. We don't have really good fire coverage. I think we have like one fire station in the entire city. Let's get an urban fire station, replace one of these buildings here. Bam. And that'll just be a good addition here. Which will help with fire safety immensely because right now we have a obviously big fire issue. But look at that. I really love how this college looks over here. Really like how that looks. I wish we had a better view of the city from the college, but it's all right. Because this would make a nice screenshot if the city was in the background like that. Would it be worth destroying some of the mountain for that? Am I considering destroying a mountain for a screenshot? I think I am. You're guys are gonna watch me create the thumbnail for this episode, okay? Hold on. Before we do this, let's hold on. That's fine. And now we're gonna do this. So up our brush size to 500. Sure. That's a little too high. Maybe 300. 300 works. Smoothing that entire area out to here. There we go. Go around that mountain a little bit. And then with this mountain flattened, I can go ahead and smooth this area out. There we go. Smoothing that out a little bit there. Making it feel a little bit more natural. We still have a mountain, right? But now we have a nice screenshot of the city in the background. And I like that a lot. I wish it wasn't so dark over here. That would look a lot better. But I think I'm going to be okay with it. Well, let me try something. Hold on. Manipulated the weather like crazy, but I think this is going to look cool, right? College right here. City in the background with the snowy mountain. That looks fantastic. Now, is there a way to get some light in this area? Because right now it's like super dark. I don't really like that. Can I move the sun? Did I just say, can I move the sun? I definitely don't want to move the sun, but environment, time of day. And just like that, we can take a nice screenshot right here. And this should look good for a and this should look fantastic for a thumbnail, which I'll do some editing on it, up the contrast and the exposure a little bit, and it'll look fantastic. But this should look really good for screenshots. So we're going to end the episode there. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow, or probably later today with another video. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.